All right, we are live. We are live. Episode 49.
Shout out
Jake
to all the
Paul,
YouTubers.
Gervonta Davis press conferences just wrapped up over the last 2 days. Is BJ Penn kicking it with Chronics in Hawaii? Um, Mateusz Gamrot, Charles Oliveira, new main event for UFC Rio. That's been the hottest topic. We got a couple more. I think since we spoke last, I don't think we touched on Roger Jackson, right?
No, but I was gonna say this because just to kind of carry over from last week, uh, we were discussing or debating if UFC, TNT Sports, how that's all going to play out. And after further research, further review, you are correct. Those contracts um, will have a chance to go out to open market.
Okay.
And UFC will be like, Paramount, if you want a chance at this, you get a chance. Where I thought it was all going to be under still one umbrella, and I was wrong.
There we go. Shout out. So, what do you think about the topics we got going on today?
Yeah, so you had mentioned Raja. When I first heard this, I was like, that was like that's old. That was like a month ago.
Yeah, 24 days, I think, was the time
Yeah,
span.
bro, you gonna arrest me now?
I thought it wasn't going to happen.
Right. If they would have came arrested, like, come on, bro, that's old news, dude. Like, I've already have a baby now. Like, I'm a whole new person.
Yeah.
I just got a girl pregnant. Like, I just discovered the Lord. Like,
I'm a changed
my name's
man,
not even
essentially.
my name's not even Raja anymore.
Well, I mean, how did this whole arrest even come to play? I've been kind of wondering about asking you this, right? Because there's no charge. So, just to kind of fast forward, he got arrested. He got charged with a felony. But what's the felony reason? Like, is it attempted murder? Is it assault? Like, with a
Isn't
deadly
it
weapon?
aggravated assault?
Well, they didn't put it. They just
Oh,
said
okay.
he's charged with a felony. So I'm just wondering, like, it takes 24 days to arrest him. He's charged with a felony, but there's not an actual like charge behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, from your experiences, like they're allowed to like arrest you if they don't even like have a real charge aside from like a felony. Like, shouldn't they like announce that shit? Like, why is it under wraps?
Yeah, because typically the prosecutor will already like they'll have a discussion like, hey, we're gonna go arrest this guy. We're gonna present the case. Here's the information. What should we charge him with?
Yeah.
And the prosecutor's gonna be like, hey, I think something that's gonna stick would be aggravated assault. I'm just using, uh, you know, things that could be charged with that will be a felony.
Hmm.
Maybe get it down to a misdemeanor, work out a deal with them, do a plea bargain. Because the prosecutor they don't want to lose. They want wins under their belt, right?
Yeah.
So they're going. So yeah, that is weird. That is weird that it's just like a blank. Hey, he's a it's a felony charge.
Just a flat out felony. So I guess I don't know. We can't really say much about it. If I were just to give an initial reaction to the arrest, I feel like, well, here's my initial theory. I'll give you my initial theory, and I think I'm wrong about it, but I'll just share it with you. I
Okay.
figured that they just arrested him for questioning because it had been so long, so much time had passed. I figured there wasn't any warrant to arrest, but they literally obtained a warrant. So there's got to be some evidence and shit that they obtained to put together in front of a judge to get them to
Right.
sign off on an arrest, right?
I mean, at this point,
Do you think that they have anything on him? With everything we've seen, right? That's pretty much what they got. They might got
yeah.
a couple more backstage camera footages, some street camera footages, but with everything we got, do you think that they have anything on him?
I mean, I don't know. This is a weird one because I can't remember a case where someone was arrested because of something that happened inside a ring. If it was out in the streets and that happened, I can give it a lot more like, oh wow, yeah, they're probably going to arrest them. But the fact they're in these confines of an organization of an event inside a ring, it just feels different for me. I can't see it.
I also can't see the other side cooperating because it's almost gonna like shoot their business under, because now there's a lawsuit that says you have people testifying saying Raja wasn't actually supposed to physically hurt me at all. Everything we do is fake and not real. And they like to operate under the guise of like nobody knows, right?
Right.
So it's hard for pro wrestlers to admit that Raja wasn't supposed to actually hurt him, because they portray that image to the fans.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
just wondering, like, will the wrestlers testify and admit that everything they're doing is really not real? Because that's the only way you get Raja locked up.
And I think too that the other, what's the other guy's name?
Psycho Stu. What up,
Yes.
Scott Snyder, by the way? Shout out.
What up, Snyder? Let us know what city you're from. We'll give you a quick shout out. Rep your area code. He almost loses like credibility as a wrestler. Like, dude, like
Yeah.
you
With the
snitch.
lawsuit.
Yeah, it's like you snitch is like you he could like double down and use this as like a branding moment to be like, see, I didn't. Let's see, I'm all about it. I'm a true wrestler. Like whatever happens in the cage happens in the cage. Like he could have gone that route and maybe even helped his own brand to sell more tickets for the future.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Because if you're a fan and you feel that I don't know if I really want to go see him now. And it's not
Especially
like
if he admits that he's not wanting to get hurt. The fans,
and-
they don't
and
know
it's-
that.
and his whole like selling point is that he's a little crazy, right? Psycho Stu.
Yeah, that's his MO, I guess. His character.
So what are we gonna start calling him? Like fucking what's the opposite of psycho? Like calm
Sane?
Stu? Sane Stu.
Yeah.
Sane Stu is now his alter ego of who he's gonna be fighting. He's gonna start walking in there with like a shirt, and tie and shit. Like, hey, how are you doing, guys?
Right.
I'm here for the wrestling match.
So I don't know. That's just for them to kind of come up with. That's the judicial system's job, right? To
Right.
come up with these charges. But we're both kind of saying we don't think much is going to happen. Sounds like.
I don't think so.
With everything that goes into getting a conviction, right? Because we're looking at it from a 3D perspective. I think we both agree. Everything that goes into a conviction, it's going to be hard to get.
Yeah, and I think just on the organization side, I forgot what city was that in?
L.A.
LA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm wondering too. Like, let's say Psycho Stu decides not to cooperate.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be. I have a feeling he's not gonna cooperate.
So okay, if he doesn't cooperate, like, do you know
It's gonna be
anything?
harder. It's gonna be harder for the prosecution to make its case.
And why would they even try to? Why would they take it upon themselves? I guess because the public
Spend
outcry.
money. Yeah, but spend money, and if they know if they know it's just gonna be an L, what they'll first try to do is get a plea bargain and be like, hey, will you do a misdemeanor, go to some classes, do some community service, raise some awareness for violence or fighting and shit. You know what I mean? Like, you go that route, and we'll give you a misdemeanor, won't be on your record, kind of slap on the wrist. That I could see happening too.
Right. But that's even a long shot if Psycho Stu doesn't want to cooperate, which is
Yeah.
kind of what we keep falling
And
back to.
let's say he got arrested and he's remorseful and he's like, man, if his attorney was smart, he'd tell him, hey, don't say anything. We got this covered for you. We'll work it out behind the scenes. And they'll come to the attorney and be like, hey, we want to do a plea deal. He'll present it to his client. Client will be like, all right, let's do it. Let's just get it out of the way and they can move forward. They may just want that.
Yeah.
I just get out of the way. It's a misdemeanor. Bye.
Let's see. Now the ball's rolling. But what's
Yeah.
also crazy is Luke Thomas made a tweet like that same afternoon. He's like, crazy that Raja hasn't been arrested yet. And then a few hours later, Raja was arrested. So coincidence? Did he know something? Who knows? But the next step about this whole arrest is he got released, right? Pretty much overnight. Was it that same night? Was it throughout the night? Not exactly sure. But he got released by the next morning. And people are pissed off about that. They're not happy. They're kind of like, this thug is out running the streets again. This vile criminal, this vile human being. And
This
honestly,
animal.
I don't see that. Like, I don't have any fear call me ignorant, right? I'm just going to call it how I see it. I don't have any fear for anybody walking the streets who is in the vicinity of Roger Jackson. If
Right.
Roger Jackson shows up in a restaurant, shows up in a mall, and he's walking through shopping, eating, I have no fear for anyone in the public's safety. I believe
Right.
that he's a controlled human being. It was a fucking fight that he got into. Pro wrestling match, we can spin it a million ways, right? But at the end of the day, I don't think or fear for anyone's safety, and I don't think he's really a bad guy treating everyone like shit or even a thug. Even
Yeah.
using the word vile, I get it because of the
Crazy.
act he did. But it's like you're taking that one act and defining him as a human being when we've seen so much stuff of this guy just being like a son to Rampage
But,
Jackson.
but let me ask you this: how is it this? How is it that we can see all the guys come up on No Jumper, real criminals,
Hmm.
really from the streets, really about that life? They're out walking around.
And nobody really talks shit to them.
Right. I mean, if you wanted to start throwing stones, I can give you some people to throw stones at.
Yeah. Is it the demographic of the fan base or something? Like, because my instant thought would be No Jumper's got a lot of black fans.
True, true. It's more the street culture.
The streets are watching that versus like my 90% of my homies aren't even watching No Jumper.
Right.
You know? So is it the fan base? My initial reaction,
Yeah, there is a little bit of that.
maybe it is, right? Because the fan base is all white.
Yeah, because that's hella extra, bro. To go and be like, I don't feel safe. He's been out 24 days. Nothing's happened.
Nothing's happened, and now we're gonna act like because he got arrested for a few hours and got released that we have a public fear for the safety.
Right.
But people, even before the arrest, they're even saying Roger's still walking the streets. I think they're being dramatic. Here's one of my thoughts, though.
Dramatic's a good word.
Yeah, just like for clicks, you know what I'm saying? Make a crazy sounding status or something like that on X, and it gets a lot of attention. What I was thinking though is, because you're asking why, No Jumper, right? Here's my initial reaction why I think Roger's getting the backlash is because they're using this and almost equating it with that one incident where that black kid stabbed that football player earlier this year.
I remember that one.
There was an incident where they were at this like track meet,
Yeah.
and essentially this black kid was inside like a tent at the track meet that was like the opposite team's tent. He was there kicking it. This white kid and his twin brother essentially, well, I think the white kid went up to him first without his brother, told the kid he's got to leave. The kid didn't want to leave. Then the brother comes up. So then the black kid stabs one of the two kids and killed him on the spot.
Sheesh.
And it turns into this black versus white thing,
Right.
right? If the white people didn't go up to him, you know what I'm saying? And then the opposite end, which is like this black kid should have never done that even if something happened, like what happened, right? And so I
Yeah.
think the same thing, they're taking that and they're just adding this Roger Jackson situation to it. You know,
There's some of that. There's
because
some of that.
there's these preconceived notions or these prejudices out there of, black people, they overreact and they do this kind of thing, and it just happened 6 months ago with the story I'm explaining to you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking it up right now or something, or
I don't know.
oh,
Why am I moving?
it looks like you're looking at the computer or something. You're looking at me.
Yeah.
Oh, well, do you want to look that story up so you know what I'm talking about, or you have anything to say?
Well, no, I mean, bro, there are countless amount of those type of stories, right? I think in today's
The black versus white, and then they use
Yeah.
it to band on sides and really kind of go after each side. And it's just, I don't like it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think this one is fitting. I think that this situation had nothing to do with race whatsoever.
Yeah. I think in today's environment, today's temperature, it's more rising up in situations like this. I agree with you. I mean, I don't think Raja is a threat to society. I don't think he's like some mass criminal, mastermind criminal just going out in the streets and just trying to fuck Debo everybody up and is strapped up and just, you know what I mean? Like just being a menace to society. I don't think that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he was at work, went too far.
Went
You
too
know,
far.
went too far. I agree with. You know what I mean? Like you took it over the line, and maybe it should have been fined. Maybe suspended, whatever those things may be. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, that's way too far. Like, and you're right. Using other stories and other examples of what's happening in today's bro, we could probably find a story like that every day in the city somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Every city. Chicago, New York, LA, San Francisco, Phoenix, Nevada, Texas, Florida.
Mm-hmm. And it just adds, controversy to an issue where, first off, it didn't even belong in the first place, but then it's also just creating a new issue out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And it's about race, and it doesn't help anything. So that's why I'm out here saying, is what Roger did good? No, it's fucking bad what he did. He shouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, there should be a penalty for that.
I mean, this is where I'll say though, right? In a general setting, there should be a penalty. Luckily for Raja, he did this in a pro wrestling ring where there's video footage of them giving him permission. See, I think what they're gonna do is operate on this clause of, I didn't know what a work is. This was all a misunderstanding. I thought it was real. Or maybe he might say, I was in character. I'm not this vile human being. I was in character. But wait, this isn't what I'm supposed to do? Oh, shoot. I just didn't know that. I always thought it was real. So it's going to be this thing. So, I mean, I think that's why people are calling for this, like, trying to make sure he gets in trouble, because in the back of their mind, they're like, fuck, he's going to get off with this because it's like a pro wrestling thing.
Well, what's crazy is that, like, we can take episodes even outside of what they did on Vice, outside the cage.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they took some crazy stories, bro. Some fucking wrestlers. You know what I mean? They were like all in. They didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, they were like, hey, I will beat you up.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't fake to me. And that was the persona they were selling, right?
Yeah.
And if you were to, let's just say you were to take a John Cena, Rock, what are they doing? Like the heel, they're a whole new image, right?
Mm-hmm.
Within that world, it's being praised. Yes, they're not showing the Rock fucking John Cena just hammer fisting down like 20 blows to a guy, but it's wrestling world is so interesting to me, like because it has that fake persona to it, but then like there's some real dudes there.
For sure. Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, they bowed it, bro. Like they don't mess with them.
Yeah, no, I hear you. All right, so let's read some of these chats and we'll go on to the next one.
Got some homies in the chat.
James goes, BJ Penn is coming back. What if BJ is right and his family was replaced by imposters? Imagine if that happened to you and no one cared. James, I've been saying that, so either you're trolling me right now or we're on the same wavelength.
What city is James in?
He says Chi-Town.
Oh, that's right. Oh, he was talking smack last time though.
Yeah, James is always coming in hot with his smack
Hey,
talk.
that's cool though. Hey, bring it, bro.
Yeah.
We love that. We love that.
He goes, Raja can't take a joke. He only did one attempted murder. Nice kid. Jew sends the salute. We salute you, Jew.
Jew, hey, the homie up in Cali.
Scott Snyder says PFL should sign Raja ASAP. And then James
do it.
And then James says, I didn't know murder was bad.
Damn, man.
So shout out to all the boys. Hey,
hold on. I want to know if anybody in the chat did they watch No Jumper?
Let us know if you guys watch No Jumper.
They about that Whack 100 live and that 4 Extra live and fucking the Adam 22 Penn.
Because if you're interested in those guys and you think they're chill, then you gotta not be saying Raja's a vile human being.
I'll show you some thugs.
Fucking, I think Whack 100 served like a prison sentence before he was even 18. That's a fact, I'm pretty sure.
I'm over here laughing and shit.
I'm trying to think what else is in the title.
The BJ Penn though, dude, like when I saw that video with him in a wig,
I'm like, dude, I'm over defending you.
No, I mean, that's where I'm at. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm over defending you, dude.
Bro, that was the line. Like those were all tweakers.
All tweakers. I mean, maybe not everybody, but I know you know when there's tweakers in the room, and I know when there's tweakers in the
I
room
don't know.
too.
I don't know what the hell that girl was explaining.
She was singing.
I don't know what was. Then you had the other guy in the wheelchair.
That was the dead giveaway. The wheelchair was the dead giveaway.
There was too many things going on, bro. That looked like a straight tweaker house.
Wheelchair guy is the guy who's got all the medication. He gets all the meds because he's a fucking like a paralegic or some shit.
Bro, I was like, I knew what I did. You know what I tried to do if you do this?
Huh.
Take a screenshot of everything that's on that table. Nothing makes sense.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah, because I was trying to add it. I was like, I was wondering, is there a pipe on the table?
Was there?
No, I didn't see one.
Okay.
Though. But it was so cluttered, and so like I was like, if I had like a magnifying glass to really dive deep into there, we would find something in that room.
Yeah. Meth is big in Hawaii. Meth is big in Hawaii.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
There's a lot of chronics out there. So, well, that's the term they use. You know, a lot of the meth heads and drug addicts, they call them chronics. So it looks like he was kicking it with the chronics.
Yeah, I mean.
And he said the only way out is in.
Is in.
And then somebody else said the only way out is into rehab.
On the comment.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, the comments are wild.
They're pissed at BJ. They're telling him like fix your life, bro. It ain't over. Find God. Like they were going in. It's not focusing that well. It's super bright. I'll tie it in when I edit the clip. I'll just put it in here. Edit it.
that immediate that was like on Monday. Was it Monday or Saturday?
I think it was like I don't even know. I think it might have been last week.
Hey, bro, because I immediately reposted that motherfucker on YouTube. I knew that was hot gold. I knew that was hot gold. I was like
5 days ago.
This dude, bro, is
so
like...
the caption was BJ Penn's fans are accusing him of chronic drug use and telling him to seek help after his latest post to social media where he filmed himself in a wig after showing off his group of friends he calls, quote unquote, the Sabotage Squad.
Oh my God.
And so the comments are like, what in the meth is happening? And then they go, okay, but what anti-singing? I always thought it was CTE or something wrong with his brain. But as a recovering addict, I can clearly see what's going on now. Praying for bro. That's the realest shit ever, though. You know what I mean? It takes one to know one.
Yeah, that was not. If I was a judge, I'd be like, I don't know about this guy.
It was never CTE. It was always ICE.
Oh, that's a good one too. That's a good one too.
See, he's fine. The only way out is into rehab. Brother, fight the demons. Jesus saves. Have faith. The Waianaku special, whatever that means. Have some respect for yourself.
Yeah, that was.
I pray to God you can see this. Get the fuck out of that housemate or kick them out. That situation, whatever it may be, is not serving you. You can see that a mile off. Please call someone you can trust and tell them everything. I've been there, brother, and it will get far worse before it will get better. Please, I'm in tears here, man. Go get some help. Bro, get help already. Hanging with chronics not going to do anything good for you. Just messing around. Chronics.
Messing around.
They're just messing around, bro. So, BJ, man, we've had your back for a long time. I've been suspicious of how you just create your videos in the first place. I feel like that is also a dead giveaway that you're on some type of drugs. But I've been giving you the benefit of the doubt. I'm hereby stating, from this point forward, you do not get the benefit of the doubt from me. And I feel like you've been kind of low-key, like, taking advantage of my goodwill, my good heart. Maybe other people's goodwill, good hearts out there, right? Trying to stick up for you. Trying to say what James said in the chat, whether it's sarcastic or not. What if it is his family? What if, this all happened, right? BJ, I see through this shit, man, and I am a good judge of character, despite maybe appearing naive on this topic. And I see through it now. I feel manipulated looking at that video. Like, all the words I wasted on BJ makes me look dumb. You know what I mean? Because you could show me that video, and how the fuck am I going to argue that? So
Yeah.
because, you're making people look stupid who are trying to defend you, right? That's why I'm hereby, revoking my support for BJ at this time. And I do believe he's on drugs. I mean, clearly.
Oh yeah, that was not a good look at all. Like it would have been one thing, like if it's like an April Fool's Day or like a Halloween, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could spin that like, oh, it was Halloween, But this in this instance, no, 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 no,
Mm-hmm.
no. I'm 100% with you, bro. Like we definitely have gave him the benefit of the doubt because I don't think we don't want to see BJ down that path. And I think we said it before. Is like both stories are crazy here, right? If we
Mm-hmm.
were to wake up and find out that's not his mom, even let's say even if that still comes out on top of this, there's still something going on here.
Yeah.
Something's not right.
Yeah. No, I would agree. There's
When there's smoke, there's fire.
where there's smoke, there's fire. Looking into it more, do I know about all these things that what his mom is accusing him of? Do I think that just all of a sudden makes her right? I don't think that makes her right. I think that bottom line, BJ Penn is a fucking nightmare to be around. I'll put it like that. And I don't know, I don't know about his family. That shit could be true, it could not be, but I just feel like BJ Penn is a nightmare to be around.
Yeah.
The guy is stubborn, he won't listen to anything. So I don't know. I don't know.
Well, and let's just add this to it. You can add CT into that and drug use.
Like you were saying before though, like you were saying it's a combination of both.
Right. You could be talking about schizophrenia now. You could be talking about delusions now. You could be talking about all kinds of things. The people that you're around too, like people like that, they're not toning that down for him.
Mm-mm.
If he's coming up with something, oh yeah, 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 and they're creating more conspiracies. You know what I mean? Like they're even now you're going down a fucking Alice in Wonderland hole, fucking just shroomed out on meth and shit. Like so, ooh, it's a he needs to stop posting.
Yeah. And just to go back a little bit, just to give a couple other context facts real quick. His daughters, right? They also don't want a relationship with him. So that, and they have a restraining order, I'm pretty sure. So that says a lot in itself. I always say if the kids don't fuck with you, that's a real red flag right there. So it's not just his mom. On top of that, this is where I've been getting to us of BJ. Recently, he also accuses like a family friend, somebody, of stealing his chainsaw.
Mm.
And the guy's like, I didn't steal the chainsaw, BJ. And BJ's like, yeah, you did. A $500 chainsaw. So he's attacking people over that, posting it on his Instagram. So I'm just starting to look at BJ as like, he might have lost it. He might just be harassing everybody. Going up to his mom saying, you're not my family. Going up to his brother saying, you're not real either. Then he goes up to this other guy, says, you stole a chainsaw. I mean, there's a pattern here.
Yeah. No, bro, if you were to look at the last 3 to 6 months of his Instagram, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Those posts are crazy. It's almost as crazy as Britney Spears posts.
Except BJ isn't like on that level of stardom, so people aren't talking about it as much, but you're kind of right. It's super out there.
And he's not dancing. Well,
he hasn't fully lost it yet. If he fully loses it on camera, he's about to.
Yeah, I want this. When is this court case going to get settled? Like, what are we doing with that?
This was the final thing I was going to mention to you. So there's like another date for the court case, but the biggest thing about this, in my opinion, we didn't cover it, so I'm bringing it to you now. I think it might have been a month or two ago. BJ requested for the identity verification test through the court, and they denied it.
The court denied it?
Yeah. So where do we go from there?
That's crazy too.
That's the one thing that we could just solve this all with, and the court denied it. So now they have another future court date coming up, but until we just want the proof that he's full of shit. That's all we want to know.
And did they deny it because they're like, hey, we know you're full of shit?
I think they just straight up were like, I think basically along those lines, it's like, you know what, like this is a bullshit request, like we're not gonna do this type thing.
I mean, it would clear up a ton of things here.
I say that because you're saying, when is this thing gonna get wrapped up? And I think by not doing that, it takes a lot longer.
Yeah.
This is a step in the direction of like concluding the whole thing. That way, moving forward, anytime he tries to say my mom's an imposter, we could just go, no, the DNA test came through. That's your real mom.
And it's not just his mom, right? It's his mom, it's his brother.
It's his brother's kids.
Right. There's a whole chain effect here. Yeah.
The entire family's been overtaken.
Right. And then when you add to the whole government conspiracy behind all of this, that's what another thing too. I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I was like, maybe.
I'm one of those guys who thinks that nothing is, below the government.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I had a hard time kind of like, not believing BJ, because I do know that there's a lot of corruption. I know things like this happen. But at the end of the day, I'm going to start pulling back a little bit.
Yeah.
I got to. When you post a video like that, I got to, bro. Maybe you're too genius for me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're way too smart for me too, BJ. Because a lot of people say that. They're like, BJ Penn's a fucking genius, bro.
I would say this too. If he didn't have the wig on, I wouldn't be so on him. I'd be a little on him, but not so on him. I wouldn't be so sold.
Yeah, but the wig was kind of like...
The wheelchair too.
Maybe he's trolling us. I don't know. That's why I'm still having a hard time. But I really do think I'm pulling back my support for BJ at this time, because I can't keep doing it. It makes me look dumb.
It's one of those things. It's one of those things. Like, honestly, like if those are all my homies, I might not be posting that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that world to know.
Definitely. And it's like the lack of awareness and posting that, or you're trolling. I don't know which one it is.
Like the messages I would get personally, be like, "Bro, are you good? Like last time you were hanging with us. Now what's happening over there?
You're with the crackheads down the street.
Right,
I just drove past at the stoplight. You picked them up?
What is happening?
Fucking crazy. Drew goes, he might have lost it, might be an understatement. Yeah, I would have to agree.
And then hold on, you got the guy in on the couch sitting by himself in that yellow
the wheelchair, the auntie with her belly hanging out.
Singing, yeah, the singing. Like, how many people? How many times you go into places and people just start singing out of nowhere?
If that shit happened, I'd probably be out of there within 10 minutes.
Right, you're like, all right.
But hey, I got food waiting at home. I'll see you guys later.
I mean, if it would be different like at like some music event, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just popping up by someone's house and someone's just starts singing, like, that's suspect.
Even if you're good at singing, just to do it out of nowhere is kind of off.
Right.
In any setting. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Real quick. Let's just touch on, just because we got to a little bit. The title says Jake Paul, Gervonta Davis getting paid $50 million. It's good money. Good money on Netflix. My thing. I've been seeing this narrative. I figure I'll ask you about it. I think one of the more interesting talking points about this $50 million is the fact that it's by Gervonta fighting a Jake Paul, not a real boxer. So what does that say about the landscape of, like, combat sports? Are we paying too much attention to star power to the point where now we're causing athletes to overlook real competition and just get the money? Like, is the media to blame for a Tank Davis going and fighting a Jake Paul versus fighting another contender?
Right.
Do we put, because I guess I'm part of it to blame, right? I put a lot of hype on star power, who makes money, right? And if Tank goes and fights one of the next contenders who doesn't generate a lot of money, who doesn't have a lot of star power, Tank's going to be to blame, right? When that fight's over with, they're going to say Tank doesn't sell, Tank's not a star, Tank don't do shit, right? But he's just fighting the competition. And then when he fights a Jake Paul, it's you don't fight the contenders, you're running, you're ducking, you're scared. So, I mean, there's two narratives, but it's like, is that the reason why Tank took the fight? Because he figures it's an easier fight, he gets paid more money, and you know what I mean?
I'm leaning towards everything you're saying right there, because honestly, when you saw them against each other, what Jake Paul's 6'1", 6'2"?
Yeah, I think he's 6 foot actually.
Okay, and then Gervonta's like what, 5'7", 5'8"?
Probably 5'6".
So I mean, you could tell, right?
Yeah.
And we're in the age now of like content creators getting into the world of like sports. I don't think there's any other sport where you can see a content creator step into like a pro athlete's ring, right? And I can't think of one.
No, not really. You can't do
That
that in
seems like
baseball and football or
and
basketball.
basketball, tennis, golf. You know what I mean? Like there's not content creators. I think it's because of the celebrity boxing.
Hmm.
Celebrity boxing kind of became a thing because they knew they would get eyes on the product. Now, I will say, to Jake Paul's credit, he has like dedicated himself. It seems like to me to try to train and try to get in shape, right?
Hmm.
I think the people he's fighting, that's the weird part. Like, he's no like, um, we've never seen anything like this. Didn't he? Was he the one that fought Mike Tyson?
Yeah, and this is I feel like the thing I don't like about Jake's fighting is he fights people who he can sell to you as tough and scary and big,
Yeah.
but there's these huge caveats. Like
Oh,
like he
huge.
uses Mike Tyson's name as the GOAT, the heavyweight king, right? The youngest champion of all time. Dot dot dot. But he's 65 years fucking old.
It's almost, you know
You
what?
know what I mean? It's
It's
like
it's equivalent to boxing meets wrestling.
it's the
It's
equivalent, yeah.
real. It's real, but is it real?
It's real, but it's almost like angled in favor of Jake every time. I guess that's what I'm saying. It's
Every
always
time.
angled in favor of Jake.
Didn't he fight Anderson?
Yeah, retired UFC
Right.
champion, but again, he gets that resume.
Right.
Now
So
it's
he's at
Tank, a pound for pound. He's in his prime. He's not past his age. He's in the current pound for pound. He's a champion of today's era, but he's 7 inches shorter than you, 60 pounds lighter than you. Like, but then he walks away, and it's like this double edged sword because if he loses, right? I lost to a pound for pound fighter of this era. I lost to a champion of today. It's a win win
right.
because
It's a huge
I
fight.
took this opportunity and I'm proud of myself in either way. But then if he beats Tank, it's like, haha, you lost to a YouTuber, you lost to a fucking somebody who's not in the sport. You suck. You're a fraud, right? I proved that you all your life's work means nothing. I'm exposing boxing, and I just don't like how he plays both sides of the fence. I find it super disingenuous because on one side you respect Tank if you lose to Tank, right? But then on the other side, it's haha in your face. Boxing sucks. It's not real. If you beat Tank, so what? So you actually don't have a soul.
Lane.
You
Yeah,
actually don't have a soul.
I think we knew that.
Yeah, and it's like you're going on both sides. I don't really fuck with that. That's the biggest thing I dislike is like we're always in this thing where Jake's getting talked up, and then it's like nobody's acknowledging the fact, or Jake always beats around the
But we
bush of
live,
the
but
fact.
we live in this world of like all these content creators, where people honestly don't even care. That like the followers of these huge
Because
live.
that's gonna go anyway, right? The numbers are gonna get run up on those things. It's gonna get posted. If I don't do it, 10 other people will.
Well, because it's like it's the world of the Kai Kanat, the Drewskis, the Adrian Broad. Adrian? What is it?
Aiden Ross, they brought him to that presser too
Right.
to
I
hype it
mean,
up.
we can go probably like five to ten names of these huge content creators that, they just all they do is live stream. They have millions of followers. There's that audience for whatever reason loves it. I'm going to assume that audience is from like I don't know, 12 to 25, 12 to 30 maybe. Um, so it's just the world we live in. We're never going to be able to escape it at this point.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Jake and them, they take advantage of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they know
They
exactly what
know it, and they use it to their
they
advantage.
tap they tap right into that vein, and they are. I mean, one part of me is like, bro. I mean, there's money on the table, take it. One
No,
part
yeah,
of me,
I hear that, especially when you're gonna get shit from the media anyway, and they're gonna say you're not worth
no,
shit. You're not a star
no, there's,
anymore if you don't sell and you fight at nobody. You have something to say?
there's,
Because I got another point off it too.
no, I was gonna say that this video that Jake Paul posted of him kissing,
Crazy. The day we live in.
was that real?
Yeah, that's real.
Oh hell no, dog.
That's
What
real
the?
as fuck, dude.
Oh I thought that was some AI shit, and he was just trolling.
Nah, dude. Did you see
Oh hell!
that?
Oh, what the fuck?
I
You're
think
not.
Tank. I think Tank liked that shit because low key
Uh,
Tank kind of grabbed him on the side.
you're lying.
I'm not.
It's a setup.
It's a
Nah,
setup. It's a
nah.
setup. It's a setup.
Oh, it's not real.
It's
Then.
not real. It's not real.
Okay.
You almost had me crying, bro. My eyes are watering up. You go, oh hell no! You were disgusted for a second. I was selling it to you though, huh? You didn't even believe me when I just told you.
We're selling it.
But I was laughing my ass off because I don't know how they edit it to where Jake grabs Gervonta's neck and then Gervonta's like grabbing Jake's like jacket at the hip. I'm like, how the fuck do you guys edit this shit?
That's foul,
I was saying Tank gotta kill him now.
bro. That's foul.
Like Tank, come on, bro. He's making a mockery of you.
That's out of pocket. Out of pocket.
He's
bro.
pulling out all the stops.
No, that's fucked up.
Crazy work.
That was crazy.
I'm waiting to see Tank's comment about it. Tank didn't say shit, but what Jake say? He's like, "I'll never be mad at you, Spanky." Something like that. He called him Spanky.
Like I couldn't even repost it. I was just like, I don't even know what to say to this.
I fucking thought it was pretty funny. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah. They can never make me hate you, Spanky Tanky.
Yeah. This is what I was gonna say to you.
0.4 million views.
So Jake is actually really genius though, and it's funny because Tank exposed him at the press conference. I'll just drop this little knowledge on you real quick.
I want to know what the homie said in the chat about that.
They haven't said anything yet. But as far as their press conference goes, I want to bring something to you. It's of my belief that Jake pretty much stages these press conferences.
I'm agreeing with that too.
And basically what he does is beforehand, he invited Aiden Ross there, right? To go ahead and ask Tank a question about a bet and shit like that. So Jake's like props people in the crowd to like ask questions that he thinks will go viral and get clips.
Right.
And so I even think if you saw the push yesterday, did you see how Tank pushed Jake in the face-off?
I honestly I only saw the highlights of it. I didn't see it live.
Okay, well Tank pushed Jake. And I think that was scripted too. I think Jake told him like push me and it's going to get some views. And
Yeah, I agree.
maybe it's genius. I think it's both. It's genius and fake at the same time. It's manipulation. You know, I like the real deal, bro. I like the real deal.
There's a wrestling thing to this. That's what I mean. I'm gonna go back to that.
It's clip farming. You ever heard that term?
Yeah. It is. It's almost like these rappers. What they'll do is they'll pay another rapper who has more followers than them to get in an argument with them.
It's the
online.
indirect promo where you don't even know you're getting advertised to as the viewer, but they plotted this whole thing out behind the scenes, right? And it's crazy because everybody's posting, Jake and Gervonta make a $2 million bet, right? And then they're saying, oh, Gervonta shoves Jake. So, but again, those are manufactured.
Yeah. So that's why I can't. That's why I fuck with the UFC, bro.
Yeah, I don't like that kind of
It's a
stuff when it's
prime-
manufactured.
This is a prime example. I'm not a boxing fan. I'm not a wrestling fan. I'm not a whatever. I don't know what this is. Give me the UFC.
The UFC.
That I'm here for. It's so funny, bro. Like, I was in a text you over the weekend. I thought the fight was last Saturday. The Olberg.
Same here. We're both off
Bro,
about that.
no,
We previewed the whole thing like at the end of the show.
I was talking shit. I was in the chat and I was like, bro, what? Dana White's fucking took the week off. And they're like, bro, it's not even this weekend. I was like, oh shit, my bad.
Yeah. Oh, because
right.
you saw Dana
Take a
somewhere
little
else
break.
during what you thought was fight week last week.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, I saw no posting of it, and I was like, this is weird.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm getting ready.
We were too early on it.
Yeah.
Now, since you want to talk about UFC, I got one for you.
Okay.
Let's just go over this timeline real quick. Rafael Fiziev pulls out of main event against Charles Oliveira on October 11th, UFC Rio. Turns out he injured his knee. So he made a statement today. I'll just tell you it real quick. He injured his knee that he already underwent surgery on twice. So he says it was too big of a risk to go into the cage and fight because right now, as the injury stands, he won't have to undergo surgery if he just takes a little bit of time off. But if he goes in the ring and fights on the partially injured knee, it's most likely going to fully get injured, and then he's going to need a surgery. So he's trying to avoid surgery. That's why Fiziev is out, because of the knee. So fast forward, right? We got guys putting their name in the hat, like a Moicano, a BSD, and a Mateusz Gamrot. Those are the 3 most serious names. You might have heard shit like Mauricio Ruffy. You might have heard shit like Diego Lopes. But please, let me just reassure you, those are nothing but dumbass fan accounts, you know what I mean, trying to go viral. Those guys are just as retarded as fucking the next guy. And it pisses me off. Why are we rooting for Ruffy or Diego Lopes to step up? Like, you guys are literally retarded. So anyway, it was the first 3 I mentioned. In my opinion, I was always saying Mateusz Gamrot is the guy. Now, people were saying BSD because BSD got overzealous after his win over Ruffy, went on Ario's show, was feeling himself, and said, I'm eyeing this fight at UFC Rio. If anybody pulls out, I'll step in. Well, now you manifested it because somebody pulled out, and now your clip is going viral again. The UFC calls you, whether you do or your coach does, your camp turned it down. I also never thought Moicano was a good option anyway. He took that short notice fight against Islam, you know what I mean? And I think Moicano would lose to Oliveira. He's not even really in that conversation. So I thought that Moicano was just like a really bad fill-in. So I thought that Gamrot was the one. Take all that aside that I just said. The next day, Charles goes on a podcast and he basically says BSD turned down the fight, and maybe Moicano too. Then Gamrot responds and he goes, hey champ, I'm ready, champ. And then Oliveira comes out and he's like, well, you know what, I was training to fight a grappler, not a striker, so I don't, I'm not gonna take it. So now Charles is getting called a hypocrite, getting a lot of shit, right? Because he just fucking exposed somebody for turning down a fight when he fucking turned down a fight too.
The politics behind the scenes almost.
All these politics. And we're going to get to where I think why the fight got made. Long story short, the fight gets announced later yesterday, the same day where a lot of this was unfolding. So now it's Gamrot versus Oliveira, main event UFC Rio. In my opinion, Charles was playing the game how I like to see it get played. Hardball, negotiation, you don't got a main event, or pay me more money. I ain't just fighting anyone. You want me to fight a different style. You need this. Not my fault Fiziev pulled out. Right? I've been in the game for a long time. I'm a former champion. You want me to take this fight? I ain't just taking it.
Right.
Pay me or I'm not fighting. And not everybody gets to do this. Huh?
Not bending.
No, not bending. He was going to pull out of that fight. So that's what it was. People talk about Charles ducking. Fine. He got that shit. In my opinion, though, Charles was smarter. He was 2 steps ahead. He goes, I don't care if people call me a duck. I'll take the fight. Just pay me. 100%. That's what he was saying behind the scenes. Right. And the UFC comes out, because the UFC likes to do this. They also like to use the media to their advantage. So the UFC didn't say Charles turned it down, but the UFC was letting Charles receive that hate for a few hours to see if he would bite. Right, and then when he didn't, they're like, all right, Charles, we'll give you the money. But just so you guys know, like, this is really behind the scenes shit of how it all plays out. It's not just like, oh, Charles is scared of Gamrot. He's scared of fighting a grappler. Or, you know what I'm saying? It's not that. It's this other aspect I'm talking about. Money.
Yeah, it's a talking point that you can throw out there, use to your advantage, regardless of what people think or don't think, for your livelihood with what you're trying to do with the UFC and that contract. So I agree with you. That's a smart move.
So you got, basically Oliveira throwing out smoke screens and shit like that, right? Yeah. So that the fans are biting on this stuff. But really, there's this underlying intention to the whole thing, which is just pay me and I'll fight him. You know what I mean? That's simple. So that's free game to fighters.
Yeah.
Free game to fighters.
It's interesting. I was looking at this fight, this Charles Oliveira fight. I didn't see Fiziev. Is that how you say his last name?
Fiziev.
I didn't see him beating Charles Oliveira. I think he's ranked like 13.
Yeah.
I think Charles is what, 2, 3?
or 5 if I'm not mistaken.
And then Gamrot, I did not like that last win versus Klein.
Mm.
He got a win, but I don't know.
I didn't
I
watch
don't know.
that fight.
Yeah, you didn't miss anything.
Okay.
I'll tell you that. You didn't listen to anything spectacular. Gamrot did not leave that fight like, whoa, Gamrot, damn. There was none of that. There was none of that.
Okay.
Charles Oliveira, yeah, ranked number 4.
Mm.
He's a dog. He's a dog. Like that Armin fight, he almost had Armin.
He
Give him
did.
2 more.
That was a very close fight.
Give him 2 more rounds. I think he might have won.
Well, that's
And
how it
Armin,
was going. That's how it was going.
and Armin had him. Don't get me wrong. Armin had him that first round too, because it was, I could say for both of the fighters. But Charles he's still a dog, and I think Gamrot, Fiziev, whatever those guys are, he's too much for either one of them.
Mm-hmm. I would have to agree with you, for sure. I think that Gamrot's getting a lot of hype, and again, this is we got to,
But why?
it's just social media, man. It's really weird. Thank you.
I didn't even know he had a good social media presence.
It's like, it's so the fans, one day you could be in their good graces just because of happenstance.
Right.
Because it's almost because BSD didn't take the fight, people are loving Gamrot more. Like, it has more to do with BSD not taking the fight, why they're getting behind Gamrot. You know what I'm saying? Versus it is about Gamrot. And it's like, but now everybody's going to talk about Gamrot like he's this world beater. And here you are saying you're not that exciting.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you're good. 415,000 followers on IG.
No, Gamrot's good, but he's just the next, like, MMA nerd type thing. Like, he's good, but the hype is being overdone. He's deserving. Yeah. He's a great fighter, but the hype is being overdone.
I would say this: if I would have walked away from his last fight and like, okay, bro, damn, you stopped him. He didn't even stop him. Klein, I don't even know if anybody knows who Klein is.
They don't.
That's what. If you do your job and get the finish, roll into this fight, and then I would have I don't know if I'd have a whole different opinion. I'd have a little bit of a different opinion. I don't know. There was something about that fight, bro. It left a bad taste in my mouth.
Fair enough. I didn't see it, like I said, but like I'll say, there's not an appetite for. There's never really been an appetite for a Mateusz Gamrot until now. So whatever it might be, it's. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. I just really want this to be understood. It's the copycat media accounts, and 50% of them are just fans, bro. They're just fans, and so what they do is they see that something's going viral, and they hop on the bandwagon. They don't really actually, like, they become a fan because they see the trend on social media.
Right. They're jumping on the wagon.
They're jumping on the wagon. They see that Gamrot's getting pushed right now, and so everybody's going to hop on it. And it's like, okay, do your thing, but at the end of the day, it is super fake, bro, and I think it won't last. It's not. It's this whole way the MMA UFC media is. It's not gonna last, bro. You guys are over here reporting on people's, like, you're reporting on other people's fan posts. Let me put it like that.
Now, so it was Ludwig Klein.
Ludwig Klein.
Ludwig Klein, yeah. So that's who he won, and I remember when I watched. That's who he beat. I mean, I remember watching that fight. I was like, all right, cool. Didn't get a knockout. Didn't get a finish. Got the win. Got the decision. Sure. Great. Cool. He had fought Dan Hooker before that a year ago. I don't know.
Yeah. Like it's this though. You're experiencing what I'm experiencing with Tommy McMillan. In a way, I feel like you are saying, I know that you say you don't like his performance in the last one, so correct me if I'm wrong, but in a way I feel like you're saying it's not really anything against Gamrot. It's just, why is there so much insane excitement for the fact that he stepped up?
Yeah, no, 100%. Like,
yeah,
I didn't even.
It's nothing against Gamrot.
I didn't even know he had fans.
That's what you're kind of saying, right? You didn't even know. And I feel like he doesn't really have that crazy of a fan base. It's the media accounts doing their thing. So shout out to them.
And do you like his social media account? Like, is he doing something?
I don't even know what he posts. I don't really. I mean, I probably follow him, but I don't see what he posts. Like,
Yeah, I don't think there's like one skit or anything that Gamrot's done like, oh yeah, no, bro, he's his social media is on fire.
no. And
Oh, I see here. I remember this little meme. Where's my opponent? Challenge accepted. So I mean, he put his name out.
he's got a
Yeah.
reputation of anyone, anywhere, anytime. That's his gimmick. He flew out as soon as he heard Fiziev was out of the fight. He flew out to America to start training. So again, like respect to you, Gamrot. It ain't nothing against you. It's just kind of leveling the expectations of everybody who's kind of overhyping this.
You know what? Go in there and get a KO. I want to see it.
That ain't Gamrot's style, but he could try.
I want to see. Go in there and get a submission. I want to see it.
Submission could be his thing, but he's mostly a wrestler, which kind of sucks for him and being exciting. I do want to bring this to you real quick. Couple things actually. So O'Malley thinks he's one win away from a title shot.
Stop. Stop. It's a setup.
I watched that shit and I instantly go, "Oh, this man's back to jerking, back to fucking watching TV, back to eating junk food, like all the shit he quit, all of that stuff to be like, whatever he was trying to be, he's back to his old self." Calling for a title shot after one win. If Corey Sandhagen beats Marab, bro, newsflash, Corey ain't beating Marab, bro. It ain't happening.
I mean, I want to. I'd like to see. Now, don't get me wrong. I'd like to see Sean O'Malley fight some of these contenders. Get your name back. He has it. He's 2-0-2, right?
In the last two, yeah.
Yeah. Get your name back out there. This isn't the way to do it. Go get some solid wins and some knockout, some like some of those crazy knockouts you had.
Trying
Do
to
that.
scheme to get the title instead.
Yeah. Let's stop posting the prize picks. Let's stop posting whatever the other advertisements are. I'm sure a lot of those advertisement dollars went to him when he was winning and he had a contract said you got to post X amount, and so that's why he keeps jumping on these posts. But no, I want to see you get in there and get a nice knockout win.
Mm-hmm.
3 in a row. Just saying now, pull me in.
There's
I'm
something
ready.
that really resonates, I think, at least speaking for myself and me, when a guy shuts the fuck up and just goes and gets wins.
Right. Right.
I mean, even look at my guy, right? Joaquin Buckley, right? He ain't said shit since his loss, right?
Yeah.
But when he comes back, he's gonna be ready to go. He's like a real fighter, in my opinion. And not to say Sean's not a real fighter, but it's like I'm just saying I like the guys who like are entrenched in the game like that. Like there is no like escape route, right? They take a loss. There's nothing. What are you laughing at?
You have David Martinez.
What?
Give him David Martinez.
What are you talking about with David Martinez?
Give him to Sean O'Malley.
Oh, okay. All right. What?
I'm just looking at some names right here. I'm like, oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But my point
Yeah.
is I like a fighter who comes out and shuts the fuck up and humbles themselves and because you can give off an image of like, let me give you the example I'm trying to say. Yuri Prohaska, who spends 5 days in the darkness. I like that shit. I like to see a guy who I feel has mastered himself and is in a good space mentally stepping into the cage. I don't like to see when a guy disperses himself all throughout the fucking world and then I see him walking into the octagon. It's just like, it doesn't hit right with me. I like a guy who just comes out of the gutter, comes out of the fucking dungeon, right? And he gets wins, but not only does he get a win, he shuts the fuck up, goes and gets another win, goes and gets another win. Like, look at Charles Oliveira's title run before he became the champion. He was on like his 5th or 6th win by the time people started catching on. Maybe he was on his 4th or 5th win by the time people started catching on. And that's my point. Shut the fuck up, get to work, and you're giving it up anyway. Like I say, you want easier matchups. Then why the fuck are you putting yourself in the prime of the spotlight?
Yeah.
It's like, over talking can sometimes be your demise. Sean O'Malley, go back to how you were, shut up, and just come out and fight, bro. We see it in you, but we also see you getting distracted a lot of times and like biting on the outside noise. And I don't fuck with it that much.
Yeah, I mean he has to go in there like let's say they schedule against Peter Yan and he loses to Peter Yan, damn, what does he do?
But that's what I'm saying. It ain't even about the talking anymore because of that, what you just said. Talk as much as you want. One more loss, brother, and you're even more toast than you are now. So it's not about that. That's what I'm trying to say. Go in there and get a fucking win. Shut the fuck up. There's a time for talking and there's a time for not talking, right? We started this podcast and I was low-key saying, shout out to my boy, ain't no hate, right? But I was saying, SD, it's not the time to be talking right now. Get a fight booked. Get cleared from the thing. I think he was cleared for the nut finally. So shout out to him. But get a fight booked and start talking.
I was just thinking about that the other day. My niece or my nephew, he's younger. He's like 3, 4. He kicked me right in the nuts. I was down, and it made me think about SD Dumas because I was talking shit. I was like, bro, come on, get back up, bro. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna shut the fuck up, bro. I was down for like 3, 4 minutes.
Yeah, that shit ain't no joke.
Yeah, it wasn't. You know what I mean? So I was like, I kind of took a step back on my initial reaction because the initial reaction, man, do get up, bro. But I was like, that shit can hurt.
It can hurt.
Like
it's weird. Sometimes you can get hit in the balls and it barely hurts.
Right.
But if you get hit right in the balls,
you can shake it off. But you can kind of shake it off. You know what I mean?
But there's the ones where it hits you right in like the stomach.
Yeah.
We all been there.
And I think maybe he did get hurt. He's just having some bad luck. But the homie got to. I agree with you. Like, lock back in.
Yeah, and going back to Sean, just stop talking, bro. Do your thing, because I just want to conclude it by saying, you can talk, right, when there's a way to parlay a win in the situation, right? Or if you lose, it's not the end of the world. But I really think there's no point in talking when your parlay is way in left field. Like, ain't no way you're parlaying one win to a title shot. So there's really no point in saying that. But the other side of that is like, then why talk in the first place? If you can't even set something up in the future, what's the point in putting yourself out there? Advice, bro. Yeah. There's a time, and I have other fighters too who reach out at times, and I think that's why I'm trying to like I told you in the past, I'm doing less interviews because I think it's being overdone anyway. And I think the fighters even have been like coerced into thinking, I gotta do an interview before every fight, after every fight. It's like, no, you don't, bro. No, you don't. And like, I'm not gonna force you to come on my show either. Take time, be to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Fighting is not something. It's a lonely fucking game. When you step in the cage, no matter what you said, no matter who promoted you, only one person can fucking make it happen for yourself, and that's you. I could have made the most posts about you. It's not going to make you win. So you got to take care of yourself as a fighter and not be trying to play the media to get victories for you, if that makes sense.
The results in that ring is what's going to carry the most weight.
It's what carries the most weight. And unless you're like one win away from a title shot, you should just focus on that shit. Yeah. RDR thinks he's next for a title shot with a win over Brendan Allen. I say no, dude. No.
You've convinced me, and I think that I thought Hernandez versus RDR could have some momentum if either one of them got like a devastating win or like a knockout or submission. But at this point, Imavov's next.
Imavov's next for sure.
He deserves it.
Yeah, 100%.
His record speaks for itself.
I respect the confidence from RDR to try it out.
Throw yourself out there.
But I hope the UFC is smart enough, and I think they are, to not give it to him. He's also newer. He's only been here a year and a half. You know what I mean? Yeah. 10 years means something.
Brendan Allen's a good matchup for him because Brendan Allen's good on the ground. Mm-hmm. So that's a good matchup, actually. I like that matchup because that's not if RDR tries to take Allen to the ground, Allen knows what he's doing. Mm-hmm.
RDR should be better than Allen on the ground, though, which would be interesting. Can I tell you something? I said RDR, I think, is expected to be better than Brendan on the ground. Let me say this, because you're not too high on Brendan, right? You're not.
I mean, I'm a big fan. I've always been a huge...
I'm actually gonna kind of side on the side of not being a fan, but tell me your thing real quick.
No, obviously, I've always been a fan. I like the way he talked. I love his Louisiana down south. The way his whole swag. I love his swag.
Same here. That's what made me a fan. Him being from down south, him having a little bit of swag, him having confidence, being young, right, getting good wins. Yeah. But with all that being said, right, it kills me to say this. I don't think Brendan Allen is who he used to be anymore. I've seen too many changes in his life. I see him training at different gyms. I see him having kids with another woman. And not to say, I'm not looking down. I'm not trying to do that. Believe me. But I'm just saying, from an outside perspective, I see that, like, you got a real lovey-dovey Brendan Allen these days, too. He ain't that same, like, dog in there. He's fallen in love. He's got a new baby. His life, he changed his life a little bit. He might have moved to a new state. And when you're undergoing all these changes, bro, that's got to take away from your training. And then when you get locked back into training, if you're switching gyms, how long does it take to get dialed back in with the coaches?
You know,
who's to say you made the right decision? Because if you go to Extreme Couture, that's the wrong decision every time.
My boy Eric,
you already know what's their fucking win-loss percentage over there.
I'm about to go train down there real quick.
You better not go get a fight signed, to tell you that much.
You know, those are some great talking points. What you just said. I mean, you hit like 5 different angles right there. So, didn't Allen win his last one?
Think so.
Yeah.
Or did he lose to Imavov? I don't fucking know.
No, he fought somebody else. And
Allen beat Vettori, right? Marvin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a dog fight.
It was a good fight. It was a good fight.
I like that Victoria didn't give up, and he made Brendan Allen kept on having to like fucking earn that shit. Let's see how he rolls out. I'm gonna give him I'm gonna pick Brendan Allen.
You're gonna pick Brendan Allen.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
I'm gonna ride with RDR.
Yeah. I mean that's still a month out, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not. Yeah. That's after UFC. Was it 304 with Alex Pieta?
You would know better than me, honestly.
321.
I don't got to guess. So if you got a ballpark, I'll trust you. I don't even have a ballpark for that date.
It's October 4th. That I do know.
Last question about this topic. Mm-hmm. We're going to go if RDR wins, because clearly Brennan isn't in the title conversation if he wins, correct?
Yeah, that's a stretch.
Okay. So if RDR wins,
yeah, that's a stretch.
I think Brendan Allen, if he wins, okay, give Brendan Allen DDP. They actually have smoke in the past.
I don't think they'll do that, though. Brendan Allen's like, what, 10?
Yeah, but I mean, he's coming off a win over Marvin and shit like that, former title challenger.
Okay, if he gets a sub or a knockout, I may be like...
If he starches him, give him DDP?
I'm thinking give him Sean Strickland, but...
Okay. Allen already lost to Strickland, though. They already fought, so I don't know if they want to rematch that or whatnot. Allen would love to.
See, I don't know. I think that's a stretch. I think the DDP fight's a stretch.
Okay.
If RDR wins, give him DDP.
I was going to say, let's move on from Allen then. That was just like a side note. The real question is, RDR wins.
Yeah. Give him DDP.
DDP, or is he after Imavov?
No, give him DDP.
Okay. So there's not even a part of where it's like after Imavov, just guarantee him the title shot type thing? You got to fight again?
Give one more. Earn it.
Okay.
Earn it.
I'm of that thought process a little bit.
And I think he's about it, though.
Yeah, you got to keep the division moving, right? It makes it a lot tougher when guys sit. Like, remember, we got fucking Shavkat, who's still sitting. We got 2 number 1 contenders, Sean Brady and Shavkat. So that shit's annoying as fuck. It shouldn't be that way, though, right? Because Shavkat should have already fought. Crazy. So, I don't know if you're muted or if you're just not making sound.
No, I'm whispering.
Okay, got you. So, yeah, whatever I just said. RDR shouldn't sit with a win. RDR should run it with DDP.
100%. 100%. And DDP should be like, yeah, I'm give me that smoke. I want to get back into title contention. Let me knock him out.
Yeah, I agree. Now, I think maybe the last topic of the day, we got to just touch on it a little bit.
The ESPN?
We could talk. What do you want to talk about? I'll give you the option. A, B, skipping out a $2,200 tab, or ESPN?
We could touch on both of them real quick. Were there any other shout out in the comments?
Yeah, we got Tank listed at 5'5". So we were both wrong.
Oh, man.
Hoping Charles can get one last submission and tap Gamrot in his hometown. Sugar Sean should fight Song Yadong. So those are all from Scott Snyder. Shout out my boy Scott. Sugar Sean versus Song Yadong. Yeah, run it, bro. I like it. You know, You got to certify yourself. Enough easy matchups. Like certify yourself.
I think Peter Yan.
Peter Yan, I like too.
That was a close fight that they had before.
Yeah, I like it.
He's in the top 4, I believe.
He's been winning. He wants a title shot too. Yeah, rematch. That was controversial. Sean ain't built like that. He's always going to feel privileged because of the way they built him up.
They did build him up. Yeah.
He always going to feel like the golden goose.
I bet you I'm just throwing this out. If he loses again, he'll move up and go say, I'm going to fight 140. Or what is it? 145, right?
Yeah. You know, I always thought that, but I thought I heard somewhere where Sean was saying he's still light.
Really? He doesn't cut a lot of weight?
I mean, I would imagine he does because he's tall as fuck, but I don't know. Maybe his perception is way off. I think Sean has a little bit of he likes being the bigger man. I think it bothers him if he were to not be the bigger man.
He's still tall. He'd still be tall in that division.
He would be tall, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so a homie walking out on the bill.
Yeah.
Bro, honestly, my first reaction is he's doing it for the clout, for the views. He knows, so? If he knows if he does something, that's gonna get him more views. Like that world, bro, you do anything for the views, and it's a dick move.
He also is looking to like return to the ring.
Okay.
So does that make sense as far as trying to promote yourself? Because you said he's doing it for views. He's doing it for views because he's teasing a return to boxing. He's been teasing a return for a little bit now. So do you think he chased views because he's teasing a return to boxing? Kind of like when you're go on Breakfast Club the week before your album comes out.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
People don't know that shit. People just think it's a coincidence. People end up on Breakfast Club the week before the interview or the album drops.
Oh yeah.
No, it was intentional.
That's premeditated.
Yeah.
That could be a move. I mean,
well, that would be like why? Because the question to your answer would be like, why is he chasing clout? And I would say to promote a return or something.
Yeah, I didn't put it in perspective. Actually, I wasn't even thinking on that angle of it. So yeah, why would you walk out on a bill for what? Did he post it or someone caught him doing it?
I'm gonna give you the juice. I'm gonna give you all of it. Your theory, I never like shut out theories. So like I'm holding your theory up there. Who knows what's true, what's not? But there are some things that I'm about to tell you that kind of back your theory. Number one is that his homie recorded that video and posted it. So that kind of backs you up right then and there, unless he's just got a shitty friend.
Right. Like, dog, what?
Yeah. What? I thought it was the manager who might have posted it, but it was his homie. So here's kind of the story of what I saw. $2,200 bill, he went there with his friends. They ran up a bill. And then AB's trying to get AB to pay it. He's telling his friend who's recording, you pay it, I'll pay you tomorrow. His friend goes, I don't got money, you're AB. Again, is he trolling? Is this all a troll? But long story short, AB's like, what the fuck, bro? All right. And then so AB pulls out a wad of cash. Side note, you remember how Cameron paid AB for his podcast appearance in cash?
Yeah.
People are saying that's the same wad of cash he pulled out in this video.
How long ago was that interview?
It was like the week before, like a few days before. So the timing's there.
Okay.
Anyway, he pulls out a wad of cash and it looks like he's got more than 2,200. And he pulls out like 500 or 600 and he's like in 20s, he counts it out and he's like, this is what I could pay. And if you don't want it, then like give it back, right? So what my
told that to the restaurant?
Yeah. Or the guy who was filming him. So I thought, oh, you're trying to say your friends ran up the bill. You went out with like 4 or 5 guys and everybody you went out with ran it up to 2,200. You're offering about 600 to cover yourself and then some. Mm-hmm. Right? And so you're saying, I'll pay this, but you guys got to pay the rest. And then they're being like, no, you're AB. You pay it.
Right.
So I don't know like if his friends ran up the check, but then just to conclude it, what else I heard, AB and his like manager or somebody else who he was with was like, we'll come back, we'll do an appearance. Like we'll do like a party.
Negotiating.
And so that's how they're trying to like pay it, by being like, we'll do a party here. And I think maybe they thought they could just run up a check because he's AB. Because right. AB is that ignorant to some degree. Like that is known about AB. He never knows the situation he's in. He's always doing too much. And so maybe AB and his homies, they went in this restaurant, got embraced a little bit, and thought they could run up a check and they would just give it to him all for free because he's AB. There's a few stories here.
I mean, there could be some truth to that too, though.
Yeah.
Where
I
like
may be. Can I order whatever I want? I'm famous.
just super naive, like, bro, I could do whatever. Yeah, or super arrogant.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I run this shit.
Right.
But it's funny that they're trying to barter after the fact. Like, hey, like
I'll
it's
come back
almost
tomorrow. Do a private show.
like, bro, pay the bill now. Like you
Yeah.
could afford it.
Super weird though.
Yeah, that's it is weird. It is
Yeah.
weird.
I even heard them complaining in it, being like, "We've been out here for like a week and nobody called us to do a show." Meaning like to show up to a restaurant and like host an event.
I host an event. Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, bro, whatever. So like, again, that adds to the Cameron narrative though, because he's like, we've been out here for a week. So what? He flew out to like Atlanta or some shit to kick it with Cameron. They stay in. He's still spending that bankroll from Cameron.
Bro, I bet that's chump change, dog.
Chump
Did
change
they-
for a guy who can't pay 2,200 though.
I know exactly.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure like he'd be rolling around with 10 grand, 10 stacks all the time.
he got like a Louis V belt on and shit like that. He can't pay the bill. It's like having a Mercedes Benz in an
How much
apartment
those
complex.
How much those Louis V belts run for? 5?
I never bought one. I wouldn't know.
I'm sure at least 5 racks.
At least five racks. I thought you were saying 500.
Like
5 racks. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
So that would cover it right then and there.
Imagine if he did that. That'd be a funny video. Just drop a belt.
Seriously.
That would be a funny video. That'd go viral.
Here, take this. This is worth double what my tab is.
Right. Walk out.
Um,
Have another one in your bag and put it on.
yeah. I'm Googling UFC raises ESPN prices real quick just to...
You know, my initial thing I was going to tell you on that is because I saw a lot of different stuff going on. Not only this, but with Disney, with the Jimmy Kimmel thing, with Hulu. Disney is raising their prices on their streaming service. Hulu is raising their prices. ESPN is raising it. So they all call it trifecta. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So they're all owned by the same company. Squeezing another dollar as they can. I think the UFC to add that on as a caveat. Yeah, there could be some weight to it too, but all of them did it. They all did. They all said we're going up.
Okay. So you wouldn't go with the narrative that they're trying to get their last dollars from this from this UFC deal.
I think you could tack that on, right? You could tack that on, but
It probably was a part of the decision, but not the main deciding factor.
because all 3 of their streaming services went up, not just one. If it would just ESPN went up, and we know they have this big deal, like all right, there's a lot more weight to it. But the fact that Hulu just announced, Disney just announced, they're all raising their services in October.
Okay.
And I think that how they all have that like that bundle.
Yeah.
Bundle will go up too.
Okay. So it's this whatever you want to call it. These companies, they're gonna keep taking more money from you. It's crazy. But luckily we got Paramount coming up, so we just got to deal with this from October till January.
Right. And they look at it like, hey, we can sell our customers on a $2 raise or whatever it case be. They'll pay for that. It's probably part of their business model. Q4 coming up.
They raised it $10 for the year. It went from $119 to $129.
Yeah. So it's probably like a $12.99 a month now or whatever.
Well, that's the annual plan. So they give you 2 months for free if you pay annually up front, or else it's just raised $1 a month from $11.99 to $12.99.
Capitalism at its finest.
Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, it says package deals are also changing with the current bundle of Disney, Hulu, and ESPN Select, with ads changing from $16.99 to $19.99 per month. Bundle goes from $26 to $29.
It's called inflation, baby.
And then with Paramount, we got $7.99 per month with ads, or $12.99 per month without. So without ads on the Disney, it's like it went from $16.99 to $19.99 for the Disney bundle.
Right.
Let's see if there's any other details in here. Yeah, so ESPN steadily increased prices after year since launching its own streaming service. Price increases include changes to UFC pay-per-view model, where events once costed $59.99 and now run $79.99. So it's a lot that they charge,
Mm-hmm.
$20 increase times 12 pay-per-views a year.
I was gonna give a final shout out to any of the homies in the chat. It was, and then I'll give a shout out to some of the homies. So we had Scotty, James, Jew.
Broner literally got his teeth knocked out in the last fight. Couple of cool guys, James Barrett. I almost don't know if James. I don't expect James to call me cool.
James in Chi-Town, right?
Yeah, I don't expect James to call me cool because he's always talking his shit. But if you're calling me cool, James, and MTK cool, we love you, brother.
Hey, so James, are you a Kanye fan, or are you a King Von fan? Where are we at? No Jumper or Breakfast Club? Where
I'm
are
gonna
we
say
at?
I don't even know. I'm gonna go out on a limb. And
That's not
say
his audience.
it ain't even his genres. Let's see though. Let's see. James, you like rap or what?
All right, rap or what's the or EDM?
Or like some country shit or something like that. I wish I could pull up his profile picture. Oh, I can.
Y'all trolling.
We're on to you, James. I'm a BJJ black belt. No. So we don't know what you listen to. If you don't listen to anything, James, you got no soul.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. That's fucked up, bro.
Damn, James, you kind of look like Sean Strickland.
Yeah?
Yeah, his profile picture looks like Sean Strickland. And even this World's 2012 loss, just the thumbnail looks like a Sean Strickland. Bro, you're Sean Strickland's older brother, Scott.
That's the beard and shit?
Or no, not Scott, James. Classic Rock. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it was something like that.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right.
G says no jumper ain't even hip hop these days, LOL. Yeah, it's a total fucking like gang affiliated podcast, to be honest.
Exactly what it is.
They just interview gang members and like.
So anytime someone throws something to me like that about like, hey, it's like, bro, have you watched No Jumper?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this criminals just walking on fucking air all day, dude. Like, if
You
I
have
was
this world where people kind of operate. How do you say it? No jumper is this world that's of taboo.
I don't know what it is, bro. It's fucking just stupidness.
Like a lot of the stuff that normal everyday people might be like repulsed from or like, avoid. No jumper has all of that. They got they got the corn, they got the gangsters, they got trans. Like they literally cover all that like edgy, weird.
Here's the modern day Jerry Springer for YouTube.
Kind of, huh?
Yeah. And then Adam 22's like, hey, whoa, just asking the questions here. Just asking the questions.
Under that guise though, he makes it seem. I mean, he's been able to do all this and not get canceled. I kind of respect the fact that he hasn't been canceled.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That culture, like I guess just and the rappers love going on there. So
it started off as like a SoundCloud thing. Anyway, I'm glad to see you boys. Hey, shout out James. We're glad to see you.
Shout
in
out
the
James,
chat, brother.
Hey, shout out to the homie. Hey, we fuck with country. What rock
classic
music?
rock.
Classic rock. All right, I fuck with that.
Yeah.
I was just listening to one of the heavy Metallica's like riffs. I was like, damn, dude, those riffs are geniuses.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you really do break down Metallica, I'm not a big classic rock type of guy, but what they wrote, that shit's like timeless. That shit's hard.
Oh, you're talking about the words they wrote. I thought you were talking about how
Not
he
only
plays
the words,
guitar.
but just the actual the music notes that they put together.
Yeah.
For some of those, and then the way they were able to kind of go up and down. It's like there's that's poetry almost.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yeah, it's good shit. It's definitely.
Oh yeah, that's why they're legends.
I like
That's why
rap.
they're legends.
I like rap personally, but
Yeah,
I think
of course.
classic rock worldwide is more like people
Well,
like
we
that
know
shit
you
more.
fuck with Juice WRLD.
We know I fuck with Juice WRLD, and that guy. Who the fuck is his? Who the fuck is his favorite?
I forgot who he said. I think he was putting like J. Cole up there.
J. Cole. Yeah, a lot of
I
people
told
put
him-
J. Cole.
I told him we'll try to do because they do StreamYard. I said maybe we'll get Perry Punch and do like a episode with you guys on their show.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, J. Cole and Kendrick are like the ones people always default to.
But no, he was right though. What he was saying is like Juice WRLD kind of has like this. The music is like this. I don't know what you want to call that.
Well, he was saying it's kind of sad, but what is that less than?
It's a different audience.
It is, but it's still
It's a huge
hip hop.
audience. But it is, and it was a huge audience. What it's crazy too is he's only 21.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy too.
It's like a subtopic in hip hop, I guess you could say, that emo rap.
Yeah.
Right? There's rap, and then there's like that emo rap. It's a bit of a subculture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
And I'll admit,
there was a big subculture for it, and still is.
yeah, but in that subculture, it's hard to get This is what I was saying, right? J. Cole and Kendrick are easily recognized on the mainstream because they're put on radio and shit like that really heavily. Guys like Kodak Black, Young Boy, even a guy like Lil Peep.
Sounds familiar.
He died. He's a classic like white boy emo rapper, yeah. But those guys, they're really popular, but they don't have that push. So then guys like the guy you were talking to, they never give them like, oh, best ever, unless you're like commercial.
But I think too, it's everybody's gonna have their different flavor, because I could probably go around the room and 10 guys, especially from the West Coast too. Though a lot of West Coast guys aren't gonna jump on Juice WRLD. I think if we were to go like down south or maybe East Coast, you may have more. Like maybe
East Coast, maybe.
Yeah, I think maybe you'd have, here you may get like 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10 maybe.
I think you got to go mainstream and underground, if you will. You got to split it up, because Young Thug, Lil Baby, they're a different category like of mainstream.
Yeah, I do like the conversation though. The conversation thing.
No, the conversation's solid.
Yeah, because it gets people talking. Like everybody's gonna have a different opinion.
Mm-hmm. If I was in hip hop, I would have it more dialed in. You know what I'm saying? All my bases covered. But I don't think about this shit all the time, so.
I think Adam 22 may lean your way.
He definitely would lean my way. Yeah, for sure. That's his era. All right, brother. Shout out to all the boys watching. Like the stream if you have not already.
Shout out to James, though.
Shout out to James. Shout out to Jew. Hey, shout out to Scott. Scott was, so we got to rank him, right? Even though James was commenting a lot, looks like Scott was the #1 commenter of the day. And then Jew and James were, oh no, I mean, they're all competing. Hey, Jew was #1, then Scott was #1. James was #2, then he got pushed to #3. So it looks like we finished off the day. Jew's #1, Scott's #2, and Barrett's #3.
Olberg, or who do you have this weekend?
I got... It's tough to say. I'd like to see Reyes. He's been through a lot, man.
You know what? I can see Reyes pulling it out too, though.
Mm-hmm. He's been through a lot. He's having a good comeback.
He's a gritty veteran.
Yeah.
Gritty veteran.
But I don't know how old he is. Let me look at how old he is before we get out of here, and that will help justify my decision.
Like 34.
I think the crazy thing is, though, Olberg's just as old, if not older. Let me see. Bro, of course it's taking a long time. Dominic Reyes is 35. Carlos Olberg is 34, so...
The same range.
Yeah, 8-1 in the UFC, Olberg.
Yeah, he's on a nice little...
9-4. 3-fight finish streak for Reyes.
It's a good matchup.
Olberg coming off 2 decisions off Blockwitz and Ozdemir. It's a great matchup. It's a really great matchup. You leaning any certain way?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Reyes now.
Reyes? Okay. Reyes.
Even though it's in Olberg's hometown.
Yeah. It's a good matchup. It's a hard one to pick.
Matchup.
Yeah. All right, boys. Shout out everybody watching. See you next Wednesday. Drew finished it off. He goes, I got Olberg. I can't depend on Reyes' chin, but it would be nice to see him win. Okay, that's a great point. That's a great point.
Good take.
Great point.
Are you doing a live on that? Are you streaming?
Yeah, I'll stream that. All right. Peace out.